Good morning, Mount Pleasant, Iowa. This is Mount Pleasant Live, streaming at you, I guess, from downtown Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Joining me in the studio today is one Nick Steffen. Welcome, Nick. Welcome back again.
Good morning.
It's good to see you. It's been a crazy weekend, hasn't it?
It has been a crazy weekend.
I'm tired. I'm literally tired. You see, I'm wearing my Hawkeye gear, and I watched those basketball games, the women's basketball games on Friday night for one, which is just, I don't think I've ever been so stressed in my life watching a basketball game. And then obviously the national championship game was crazy too, with technicals and so on. But I am so incredibly proud to be a Hawkeye this weekend. It was just it was a fun weekend for Hawkeye sports.
Yeah, I think we needed it. I think the state, just everyone needed something to cheer for, especially after the other Iowa basketball team getting knocked out.
Yeah,
pretty early.
Just to be back in the Final Four for the first time in almost 40 years, 30 years?
I mean, yeah,
was, I think.
not since I've been alive.
Yeah. Hey, now.
Okay.
I remember it. It's good.
Boom.
Hey, joining us with that boom here in the studio is one Mr. Ray Vens. Welcome, Ray. It's good to have you here.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. He's joining us today to talk about a really cool program called Venture Club here in Mount Pleasant, as well as throughout the region. And we'll get to that here a little later today, but it's great to have you on the show this morning with us.
Thank you for having me.
Before we get into any of our events or upcoming things, let's chat about the weather. It's going to be interesting again. I feel like every time we talk about the weather in our whopping 3 shows we've had, it's been interesting so far. What do we got going on today?
I think today it's, for the most part of the day, it's supposed to be like just 80, humid, kind of a prelude to summer. And then
That's warm.
Yeah. And then later tonight, I think I put on your paper, chance of naders.
Chance of naders. Chance of tornadoes. That's the part that scares me. Ray and I talk quite often about weather. Ray's an old insurance guy. Risk is important.
I'm a former insurance guy. I'm not an old
You're not.
insurance guy.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, my friend. All in the eye of the beholder. What are your thoughts on tornadoes in general, Ray, as a former insurance guy?
I don't like them.
Yeah?
Not a fan.
Yeah?
Cause a lot of destruction. Yeah.
They can be bad.
Yeah.
And we saw some of those literally on TV, and some people actually saw them just a couple days ago when a couple tornadoes, quite a few tornadoes went ripping through eastern Iowa here. We have a similar situation lining up tonight, but this time it's overnight, which is a little more scary. So be careful. Be aware, maybe set some alarms for when those things are supposed to come through. So you're not sleeping on a second floor bedroom when that front hits us. You know what I mean? Just to be safe. It's better safe than sorry.
Get your flashlights, grab some extra batteries, just put a kit together if you don't already have one together from earlier this week or from Friday.
That's the thing that I think surprised me the most, is watching a lot of the videos of those tornadoes as they came through, how quick they were.
Yeah.
Like you'd see like a live stream and suddenly it goes right through. Yeah. Like you don't get a whole lot of time. And, 20-some people died just last week. They weren't in Iowa, thank God, but in other places where tornadoes hit. So just be ready, be aware, and we don't need to be losing anybody here in Mount Pleasant.
No, and even if I would rather have it turn out to be nothing than not be prepared for it.
Right.
I thought that our emergency management director did a pretty good job of going through and briefing everybody on storm safety and where the shelters are and everything like that. So I was appreciative.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, don't do what I did, which was sirens go off and step outside and see.
No comments. I may have done the same thing.
The door. Must film.
Feels like it sometimes, right? Feels like it. But just be careful. Be careful out there. We have some really cool events coming up here in April. First this is to me one of the most fun events of the year here in Mount Pleasant and Henry County, and that's the HCHC Foundation's Music Trivia and air guitar contest. Is that new?
I think so. But that's what piqued my interest.
Eric, are you good at air guitar?
I don't think I've ever publicly done an air guitar before. I'm a lot of Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah, me too.
So
Ray actually is quite the guitarist, and I have no doubt that you're an air guitarist as well.
Yeah, but my air guitar is more Bob Dylan. And not
is that just more like this?
Yeah, it really is.
Not
it's
really
very,
like
it's a very classical style air guitar because that's what I learned on. So I'm not much of an Eddie Van Halen or.
You're not like swinging your arm around, all that kind of stuff.
No, Jack White, I am not. I'm not much of a showman on air guitar. I'm more of a technician.
I think we have some practicing to do.
Okay.
I think you could probably dominate that competition, Ray, if you put a little bit of practice in.
Just, maybe a scarf or two.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Can we get like an air machine, like blowing wind at your hair as you're doing it?
I think I've got one left over.
Okay, perfect.
From a different project.
Yeah. Ray is a man of many talents and many experiences. I've learned that over the years. That is on, by the way, so the HCHC Foundation Music Trivia and Air Guitar Contest is on April 21st, 2023. It's at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's a late one because it is a fun one. People don't want to leave. It really is.
Yeah, the music trivia is challenging.
And if you didn't know how that works, Ray, it's snips of songs. I know you know how it works because you've been there. But snips of songs that are played, and the contestants have teams at their tables, and they guess the song titles and the artists. So you got to do both. Mm-hmm. As Ray knows, I'm really bad at the artist, but I can tell you the song title usually.
Yep.
And then it's really fun. Great fun, great treats, great prizes. New this year is an air guitar contest with a costume contest, too.
The trifecta.
They're going trifecta. A couple years ago, when I was at Wesleyan, we went as, I can't remember who we went as. We all dressed up. It was fun. Oh, it was fantastic.
Apparently, it was so fun.
So fun. I completely forgot. Well, I actually went as security. I didn't actually dress up. I went as security for the band that we were with. My wife went as a roadie. It was fun. We also have coming up on the 29th of April, the Food Truck Festival. Now, we launched that last year, I believe, for the first time, and it was so successful. It was out at East Lake Park. I'm assuming it's not going to be there this year. It's actually going to be on Iowa Wesleyan University's historic campus.
Beautiful.
Which will be great. There will be a variety of food and desserts for this year's event. Please bring cash, as not all food trucks accept cards, and that is 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on April 29th. So people like coming out for that kind of thing. It'll be fun.
Cash is food trucking #1 rule.
Oh, for sure.
If you're going food truck hunting, you'd bring cash because you never know. You never know when their system's going to be down. But
right.
Yeah.
I also feel like if a company's like you have to pay in cash, the food's just so much better.
Totally.
I think so too.
Yep,
It feels a little more authentic.
So good, we keep it off the books.
My take is nice. My take is if you have to do credit cards, sometimes it just takes a while. There's always a long line at food trucks.
Yeah.
I'd just rather get cash, get it done, and get out of here, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Nice. There's a couple other events coming up that we're going to talk about later today because one of them is the reason that our guest is here today, which is Venture Club here in Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
But before we do that, I happen to know for a fact that the two other gentlemen in this room with me today are huge baseball fans. So I'm going to flip the script on Mr. Stefan over here, and I'm going to quiz you two a little to see if we can, if I can't stump you with some baseball trivia. The reason we're doing this, as you all know, is
put
this.
Our thinking caps on.
Put your thinking caps on.
Our baseball caps.
Which aren't baseball caps at all. Is yours a baseball cap? Oh,
yeah, it's a Seattle Mariners.
Yeah. And you got does it say Fenway on it? It totally is a baseball. Now, is that the Boston Red Sox? Is that the
That is.
I'm just giving you crap. I know you're a huge
Boston.
Boston.
The home of the Boston.
Yeah, we're kind of choosing teams far from where we're at.
But
right,
that's okay because we get to watch the games.
That's a good point.
I just prefer watching World Series, which is why I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan. Just gonna throw that out there.
Those have been kind of painful in the past.
Yeah. Oh, I had to make a
how many does Boston have, Ray? How many does Boston have? Just curious. Okay. Silence. I hear the silence from the other side.
I have to make a correction from the last trivia game.
do.
Bob Griffith commented, I said there's only 4 landmarks named after Presley Saunders.
Yeah.
I forgot Saunders Street. So there's 5.
So there's 2 Saunders-based roads here in town?
Yes. And I grew up a block away from Saunders Street, and I just forgot it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's kind of tucked away, so.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's okay. We do make mistakes here quite often. The fact we're live streaming certainly doesn't help with that. So, we're gonna have lots of corrections. I think.
Big man to admit those mistakes.
And I am a big man.
I am big man.
So, as you all know, baseball season has started.
Correct.
We had opening day earlier this week. Was it this last weekend? When was it?
What's today? Tuesday,
yeah.
Is that today or last week? Sometime. Anyway, opening day has been
Wrapped up
done.
with other things.
Yeah. Other things have been going on,
Yeah.
haven't they?
Yeah.
So I am going to throw some questions at you today.
Okay.
Let me look. I actually wrote down what questions I want to ask you.
Oh, my.
Number 1.
That's a list.
But okay, it's a contest, by the way. There's going to be 3 questions.
Oh.
And I'm just going to arbitrarily choose who wins, okay? See how we do. There are also multiple choice questions to make it.
So how are we going to, is it first to answer, or are we going to write?
I think you better write them down.
Do we need to write them down?
Yeah, better write them down. Let's do that. Do you need a pen there, Ray? I think I gave you one. I'll give you one.
I had a pen like 2 seconds
all right.
ago.
I'm a pen stealer, so. Oh, here's another one. I probably take your pen too.
It's one of the biggest expenses we have here.
Pens? It sort of is. That and the whiteboard markers. I walk off with those all the time too. All right, question number 1. Who was the first major league player to have his number retired? You get a multiple choice. Charlie Robertson, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, or George Kelly?
This one wants to stop me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wait, are we writing or are we thinking out loud?
You can think out loud if you want to, but you want to write whatever you write down is the answer, and that's how you're gonna. We have these. By the way, Nick actually brought the trophies this time. These little 10-cent trophies from somewhere. But yeah, you have a trophy. That's what you're gonna win if you beat them.
Now I'm going to get competitive.
Do you have your answer?
Yes.
I have mine as well.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Ray. What did you write down?
D.
D.
I also put
George
D.
Kelly. Okay, let's find out here. That is incorrect. Honestly, I have no idea, so I'm going to guess the
Is it
other
Babe
ones.
Ruth?
Nope.
Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig. The Yankees retired the Iron Horses number 4 on July 4th, 1939.
The who?
The Iron Horse.
No, who did he play for?
The Yankees. That's what it says.
I don't. Where are they?
Are you familiar with the Yankees? It might be like a minor league club.
Yeah, it sounds like a poverty franchise to me.
Huh. Well, we should help him.
I hope my dad's not watching. Or our friend Cole Smith, who's a big Yankees fan.
I don't know who they are.
Sorry. No, I understand.
I know they play a team with pinstripes. Boston plays a team with pinstripes. It might be the.
I thought they had
they
had pinwheels.
I think what happens is you always remove them from your memory because it's traumatic every time you play them. Is my guess.
Oh, no,
I don't know.
think
I'm not a Yankees fan either, though. So it's all good. All right, question number 2. Gonna keep it New York centric. The Brooklyn Dodgers nickname originally referred to dodging what? A. Horse droppings. B. Trolleys. C. Bullets. Or D. The police. Might have picked a better question.
I think we both know the answer to this one. Should we just?
What was the second one?
Trolleys. Ding ding.
Oh, like.
Okay. Yeah, like the Southern campgrounds, old threshers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it my turn to answer first?
You get the answer first this time, Nick.
It's B.
You think it's trolleys?
Yeah.
Okay, Ray.
Trolleys in New York. I'm gonna guess horse dropping.
Going horse droppings. Okay, we're gonna try trolleys first. That is correct. I am so sorry, Ray. The answer is trolleys. So Nick gets a point. He's one up.
He knew all the answers.
In 1892, the city of Brooklyn began replacing its slow-moving horse-drawn trolley lines with faster, more powerful electric trolleys.
So we were both right because horses.
Sure. But as a result, the electric trolley accidents spiked in Brooklyn and resulted in more than 130 deaths. Jeez. And maimed well over 500 people.
Probably because it didn't dodge the dropping.
Yeah, and that's why they call them the trolley dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. That's new to me. I didn't know that. And then number 3, question number 3. So right now, I think Nick has a 1-0 lead on this. I think you have a good chance here.
Okay.
This one, Ray.
All right.
What is the name of the fictitious minor league baseball team on The Simpsons TV show?
Oh, come on.
I'm not even going to give you the multiple choice. You have to write it down.
I don't know.
What's that?
I know it.
You do? Write it down if you know it. Write it down if you know it.
It's okay.
No Googling.
Okay.
No phone in the friend today either. Not in this one.
So, like, is it a jokey kind of name, or is it like could this be a serious?
Springfield.
It's related to the town for sure.
It is totally.
Yeah, it's very, very related to the town. Quite a few storylines went along with that particular thing it's related to.
don't know.
It's a little bit of a stretch, isn't it? It's tough to.
It's your turn to go first.
I'm leaning. I'm trying to give our guest the victory here because you bring the trophies. So,
Mike, that would be the Springfield Isotope.
that is correct, Ray
I
Vens.
was trying to think something with like the nuclear power plant, and I couldn't.
You're close, though, right? That was it. It was
Yeah.
It was the
Isotopes.
Springfield Isotopes. The other answers were Springfield Homers, which would have been appropriate, Springfield Duffs, or Springfield Fishbones. But no, the answer was Springfield Isotopes.
The Isotopes for the longest.
Yeah. I don't think the other ones were actual.
I actually
items.
think
Those are
I think the Diamondbacks
multiple choice.
have a minor league team called the Isotopes,
Do they really?
probably based off of
That would be awesome.
because I think they're in Roswell or something like that.
That'd be sad, but awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to head to commercial, and we come back. We're going to talk with Mr. Vens a little bit about what he's been up to. So do I.
Bring the kids and share the memories from steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Maybe your memories are of great food from the North Village to the Log Village, or going to one of the amazing concerts. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2023 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 31st through September 4th in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details. I just hit my mic.
Uh-oh. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all good.
I'm more worried about if the mics are okay.
That's fair.
Who cares about my elbow?
I'm doing great.
Sounded
Thanks.
different to them than it did to us. Because
All right. So we have these cool trophies. And even though it was a tie, I think since you're our guest and you selected that multiple choice, or not multiple choice, just out of the blue, you knew the answer. Congratulations. You get our very first trophy.
I concede.
Nick has like 70 of these backpacks, so we're good. Congratulations.
you didn't have to tell me that.
I mean, congratulations. You're the first one to ever receive this on Mount Pleasant Live because Nick keeps forgetting the trophies for the other episodes.
I'm going to put this in my workspace.
I probably should have brought extra ones and taken one next door.
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, wait, no, she lost.
Yeah, she did. Patty Roth.
sorry to
Nick
bring
Cedra
that up.
lost. No trophy for her.
No trophy.
No trophy. Right. But I do believe, I think I should have had one too. But anyway, Ray Vens. We're getting off today, aren't we? Should have known that when we asked you to be on. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Ray Vens. Tell us a little about yourself, Ray. You're from Mount Pleasant. Not originally. You moved here when you were a kid, right?
Right, after the great floods in 93.
That's correct. It is.
So I was in
forgot about
8th
that.
grade.
Nice. Mm-hmm. And you've been here since then. What were you doing before your most recent position?
Before my most recent position, I spent almost 20 years in risk management. So I was an agent over at Gamert Doyle Vens Insurance.
So that's why this guy knows tornadoes. I remember when we had that big, almost derecho-like windstorm come through Mount Pleasant right before Old Threshers. And I lived just a couple blocks from downtown, and I walked downtown, and all the tents that were set up, on the downtown crafts in the park, and they were all blown down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just destruction everywhere. Yeah. And then there was Ray, like, going in and doing assessments, taking, note of all the damage. And it was one of the first times I really saw you in your element when you get really focused on your job. And the whole town came together that weekend,
Yeah.
I felt like.
And it looked like we were cleaning up after Woodstock 99. You got tents all over the place. But yeah, I mean, that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in this community is that everybody with a truck or a shovel or a trailer, I mean, they were all over everywhere. They were going up and down Washington. They were just getting everything cleaned up because we had the town's biggest celebration in a matter of hours.
Yeah.
And we were ready for it to happen. I mean, we just came together and did what needed to be done. It was a beautiful moment.
I literally remember setting down a chainsaw on Washington after finishing getting rid of a tree off a back patio, walking across the street to the IW president's house, sitting in my chair and watching the parade go by.
Yes.
Like all within a 10-minute window. It was that, like, we clean up. There's the parade go, Old Threshers, right?
Yep.
That was pretty awesome.
It was.
Very cool. Nice. So what are you doing now, though? Where you've pretty massive career shift, and you have a whole new sort of mission. What are you up to?
Yeah. So I'm the director of Traction Steam Communication, and primarily I run the day-to-day operations of our co-work space with the programming and membership. So that means I work as closely as I can with Main Street. I work as closely as I can with the chamber, and we just try to fill some gaps there.
That's a fairly new word, co-working, I think.
Co-working.
For Mount Pleasant. I don't think we've ever really had a co-work space like this before. Can you describe what a co-work is?
Sure. Yeah, it's an open environment that we give to our members. So in traditional co-work spaces, you can either have an assigned desk, which you typically pay an extra fee for, but in our space, we have those. We have a pretty large community room where our members can come in, find a comfortable place to sit. We've got tables that have power and they can set their laptop down. I've got grad students that come in to read, and finish what they're working on. I've got teachers that come in and put together some of their programming, and then we do have educational classes as well.
Nice. So it really sounds like if you're a remote worker or you're someone that works from home or someone needs a space away from their office.
Yeah.
So the internet, what all do you get in terms of services?
So we do. We offer high-speed internet. We have a full-fledged copy machine and printer. We have free coffee. We have popcorn. We've got a beautiful conference room. You've seen it before.
We're literally in it right now.
Yeah, we're literally in it right now. And we also have a lot of technological amenities. We've got OWL systems so that we can do large or small Zoom calls. Nice. We've got breakout rooms and a podcast studio so you can record your media as well.
That's fantastic. That's really cool.
Thanks.
I was when you guys first opened. I got to be clear. Like this.
Yeah, you better.
I sort of own the company, and so Ray and I have been working together on getting this thing started and getting Ray on board as director, which has been a huge asset for the town and for the business. That said, when we first opened up, I had a lot of, we'll call them grandmas that really want to see their grandkids, and they were sending our link to a lot of people. That had moved out of town, that had moved out of state, even saying,
yeah.
"Hey, come back home and work remote here because you can then live here and they can be closer to the grandbabies."
Well, yeah, and it's a great place for someone to do that. We have kids at home. I know that during the pandemic, working at home created. I don't know, kind of an issue for me because I was unable to separate my time working from my leisure time or family time.
There's always laundry to do. There's always some project to work on.
There's always, and so I would find myself in my office at 8 o'clock at night because I'm trying to figure out what's going on, where trends are going, and how to advise my clients. But there was no cutoff time or mental alert that said, "Hey, it's time for family now."
Right.
So this is a good place for you to come in to get your work done and not hear, "Hey, Dad," or "Hey, Mom," or having the neighbor come over or the dog needs out. It's a good place to work, and it's a pretty creative and lively environment. But I get a lot done here.
So when we come back from commercial, I want to ask you about the other big project that you're working on, and that is a really cool event that we have monthly called Venture Club.
Club.
We'll see everybody on the backside of the commercial break.
Excellent.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Live. We're here with Ray Vens doing a fantastic interview on his work with Traction Steam, co-work space, and you have a really cool program that is really blowing up in the last Venture Club. The last couple months we've seen a lot of huge meetings, a lot of people showing up for it. Tell us about Venture Club. What is it? What's the point of it? What's going on with that?
I mean, simply put, Venture Club is entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs.
So like Elon Musk, like who's entrepreneurs?
Let's scale it back a little bit.
Okay.
So we're looking for local. We're looking for local, and scale back. It doesn't have to be small, and it doesn't have to be stage 0 to be a part of Venture Club. What we're looking for is to help the startups and the ones that are in stage 0, or the ones that have made it and they're ready to scale up. We want experience to talk in that room. So we invite an entrepreneur or small business owner to come in and talk about their business. It's not a pitch. It's not a capital harvest or anything like that. They're coming in and they're talking about their idea. And the idea, or I guess part of the programming is that the community gets to have a conversation with that people, or with those people. And you get to find out about their business, what their passion is, why they're at the stage that they're at right now, and where they want to go. Right. So, and I say why they're at the stage that they're at, because a lot of times there are roadblocks that you don't even see when you start a business. So when we have experienced people in the room, which we've shown that we attract experienced people and people at stage 0, they can help you identify the blind spots. One of the really cool things that I've seen happening with this is that it's an organic conversation that kind of takes on itself. Yeah. We fit it into an hour, but I'm not running the show. The people that come and attend are really the ones driving the questions, and I find you just watch people light up.
One of my favorite stories is when our very own Delaney Van Ness presented this last month, and she was talking about starting her business, and she mentioned she needed to start an LLC still. Yep. And we had another person in the room who's like, oh, that's really easy. I did it just the other day. Uh-huh. You just go on the state website, Secretary of State's website, and 1, 2, 3, and you're done. And she's like, oh, I didn't know it was that easy. How much does it cost? Oh, it's only $50. And he literally sent her the link, and the next day, Delaney came into this office and was like, oh, by the way, I got my LLC.
Well, yeah, and actually, I had seen, she actually had it done within a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It was.
See, that's so cool.
It was great because she came back and presented at Venture Club, and she was there. That's awesome. Part of what we do here, and now I'll start this. Venture Club travels, and the first Tuesday of every month, we start in Fairfield, and that's typically at the Fairfield CoLab.
It's like 5:30, right?
Mm-hmm,
every Tuesday at 5:30, there will be a Venture Club somewhere.
Correct.
But it moves around our region here.
Mm-hmm. And social time usually starts a little bit earlier. Okay, but it's not like a big social time. We try and be as respectful of people's time as possible, sure. Because when I tell people, when I tell Amber, hey, I'm going to be home at this time, I'm expected to be there, right? Because there's a lot going on. So we respect people's time. We start on time at 5:30. The program officially ends at 6:30, but we leave it open for networking afterwards. So the second Tuesday of each month is here in Mount Pleasant.
So that'll be next week.
That'll be next week, and I'm really excited about that one,
That's
Mike.
Awesome.
I'm really excited. Tonight we're going to go and talk in Fairfield with a couple of entrepreneurs and businesses that have established themselves in older buildings. Very cool program. But next week, Traction Tuesday, we have open co-working. We've got David Tominski from New Boco.
Up in Cedar Rapids.
Cedar Rapids, yep. Who we have a real strong partnership with. I think you've heard of them. Yep. And
I work for them full time.
Yeah. So we've got a startup speaker series coming, and so David will give a presentation, and then we'll have open co-working. So anybody from our community can come in, use our space, and learn what co-working is all about, and then we kind of ramp up towards Venture Club. And it's also a really good chance to grab some tacos from any of our local restaurants and come in and sit and talk with some people that have really experienced.
Now, and then the third week of the month, I believe, is in Washington.
Correct.
Right? And then the fourth week is usually one of the villages of Van Buren County.
Yeah, and that's
right?
a neat
That
one. We
rotates
were in
around.
Stockport last week, and we had about 12 people show up in
awesome.
Stockport. So people are traveling. They're traveling between communities, and we're creating this ecosystem where entrepreneurs are supportive of each other. So it's really a cool thing to be a part of.
That's really cool. I'm excited to see where this new venture, if you will, goes. It's going to be super fun. And
there.
Oh, you like that? You like
Yeah.
that? And just to see growth here in Mount Pleasant. Businesses grow. Businesses that currently are here grow. New businesses start up and grow. It'll be fantastic.
Absolutely.
So we brought you here to do an interview, but we also brought you here to quiz you, as you know earlier. We like our quizzes here on this show, right?
You lured me here with the promise of breakfast, and I got to talk about my ice cream collection. I haven't had either one of those yet. So
Your ice cream collection? Okay. I didn't realize you had an ice cream collection. That's
wow,
awesome.
you've never looked in my freezer.
Yeah. That's You know, speaking of ice cream collections, speaking of weird facts, today is the National Walk Around Things Day.
I've been doing that all
Again, Nick, where do you come up with these?
I don't come up with them. Someone does, and then I tried to find the history on this one. Couldn't find much. You could take it literally. You could just walk around things. Or you could take it figuratively. Just avoid responsibility.
I like it.
Oh.
You just, something's in your way, just walk around it, forget about it for today.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Job for future me.
Yep. I like it. National Walk Around Things Day. Now, if you happen to be outside around midnight tonight, it'll be National Fly Around Things Day.
Yeah.
But, it's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. All right, so we have our famous birthdays. This is our quiz. If you've been watching our show at all, you know that we like to throw up pictures on the screen of people's celebrities whose birthday it is today, and we get to guess their age. And we're competing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to put a celebrity whose birthday is today on the screen to guess their age. If you're within 3 years, you get a point. If you get it right on, you get 2 points.
Okay.
So I'm going to mark down on my paper. The first one we have is Robert Downey Jr.
That's not Robert Downey Jr.
That's not there he is. He's shaved his head, which is an interesting.
And no goatee, really. There's a little bit of goatee there. Robert Downey Jr.
So Mike, you're going
Man,
first.
now I got to do
I'll give you a pen
math.
back then. Hit me up. Or do we just say it out loud? We're guessing.
Yeah, you say it out loud. I'll mark it down.
Okay, good. So he had a tumultuous, is that the right word? Career early on, came back from the tumultuous career.
And now I think he's the highest, like if you want him in a movie, he's like the highest, like most expensive.
I could see that. I mean, he is Iron Man after all.
Yeah.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first, Ray?
I think Robert Downey Jr. is 54.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to go with 55.
Quit reading my mind.
He is 58. So Mike, you hop out to a 1-0
Got
lead.
there. 3. I was within 3. Okay.
You're welcome, Robert.
Next up, we have. Oh, it's a small image.
Small
Can I
image.
zoom in? Let's see if I can.
I don't know. You can try. There we go.
go.
Okay.
Natasha Lyonne, or Leon.
Now, is it Leon? Lion?
Lion?
I
Leon?
think it's Leon.
Leon? Okay.
She's in a fantastic
Oh
new
my
show.
goodness, that Poker Face. Have you
Yeah.
guys seen this Poker Face?
Yeah.
Jade and I, like every week, because I think it came out on Thursdays. And it was just nice. Now that we have like streaming, you don't have those like weekly releases that you get geared up for.
Right.
Back when things used to be on cable, and so it was nice. We like look forward to. Poker Face is coming out this night.
It's like the new. Was it Columbo?
Columbo.
It feels
Yeah,
like one of those, or
definitely.
Monk.
Very definitely.
It's basically
Yeah.
it's Columbo except with Natasha Lyonne.
But she makes it hers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's fantastic. I'm going to say she is 44 years old.
44.
No, 46. Sorry, 46.
It's got the Gen X vibe going on. I'm gonna go with 48, mostly because she has that. I don't know if it's fake or not, but she has that smoker's
Yeah.
Like when she talks like this.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's acting or is that.
See, Jade says it's not acting. My girlfriend.
That's her normal
that,
voice.
That's her normal voice.
Okay.
Because she's in Orange Is the New Black too.
Oh, that's
and
right.
She sounds
that's
the
right.
same exact in that.
Okay.
So I thought it was a character thing.
I think she's putting a little more friction on it for
Coming
the
from the
show.
casino world, the poker. Yeah.
But I think that's part of the character.
That makes
But
sense.
I also think she does just have that raspy voice.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have changed your answer, Ray. She's 44. You still tie it.
So 1-1. 1-1.
Okay.
The next one is
Hugo.
Weaving.
Hugo, yes.
Hugo Weaving.
He's in about everything.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, and he's Smith from The
Yeah.
Matrix, and this guy is
Weaving
legit.
is-
A brilliant actor.
He
I can't tell
really
you how his
is.
name is. Though.
Yeah, he's
Or what his
incredible, and I'm
age
gonna
is.
be mad because I get this wrong. And that picture doesn't do him much justice. He looks like Letterman.
He's aged a lot in the past.
There is nothing wrong with gray beards, dude. Nothing wrong. It does not indicate your age.
I don't know. Hugo Weaving is 67.
64.
He is 63. So Mike takes out to 2-1.
Sorry.
Hey.
Going into the last
Look at
celebrity.
you.
Yeah, I've
You're
had
on
some
fire.
practice. I've had some practice here.
We had the last, I guess, celebrity.
Wait,
famous
what?
person.
What is that?
Is that El Chapo
That is
or Chapo?
El Chapo.
El Chapo?
The famous.
Celebrity. We're
Celebrity.
celebrities here. Yes. Oh dear.
I don't-
Okay.
You want to give us the background on El Chapo? So we can,
he smuggled a lot of drugs.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know who.
Isn't he the one that escaped from like
Yeah, he escapes
prisons
prison like
through
every
underground tunnels and
Yeah.
all that stuff?
Wow.
Is he in custody right now?
year. Yeah, this is like a 2-year-old photo.
Okay.
I'm supposed to gauge how old he is.
Are we sure he's in custody right now? Have they checked this morning yet?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you want me to guess first this time, Ray, just to give you some insight into the conversation?
Please.
I mean, I am dominating this competition.
Yeah.
at the moment. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
2-1. 2-1.
No big deal.
It's like the St. Louis Cardinals playing the Boston Red Sox.
The who?
I'm going to go with him being pretty young, actually. I'm going to say he's 53.
I'm gonna go $1, Bob. I'm gonna say 56.
He is 66.
Oh, we weren't even close.
So Mike, you win with a score of 2-1.
It's because he didn't have
Oh,
a gray beard to throw me off.
It's our year. It's our year, guys. St. Louis Cardinals World Series. Everything's turning red. I'm just telling you.
Oh, that's sweet. Look at you with hope.
Hey, I'm not Chicago Cubs, dude. Hope is the only thing they
We're not gonna
live
do
off of.
that. We're not gonna do
No, we'll be
that.
good. We'll be good. Sorry, we just lost half of our listeners
Not
right there.
everywhere in this town is Cardinals friendly. Just to let you
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah.
All right. So that was our trivia. I am now 2-1. Wow. And I'm sorry, Ray. You did not. You
Give
won
yourself a
earlier,
trophy.
which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's our show. Is that our show?
That's the show.
That's our show.
all we got.
Time flies
Wow.
by when you're having
It does.
fun.
It
Holy
really
cow.
does.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you on Thursday with one Main Street director